Hello, this is John Paval with Access Arts Live. Welcome to the weekly roundup of chamber music live streams. And we have a huge variety of chamber music live streams for you this week. Everything from early music to baroque, which some people consider early music and some don't, to classic music, to very highly contemporary music, to socially aware music of all kinds. So it's a great week. Before we get started, let me remind you, if you're watching this on Facebook, click on the like the video button. We'll send you an invitation to follow us. If you're watching on YouTube, click on the subscribe button. If you're watching us on any of our other 4 platforms where we appear, please don't just like the video, like us. That is, follow us or subscribe to us. That's on X, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. And now let's get down to all the news that I have to bring for you over the next several days. Wednesday, today, February 12th, MarchVivo. I'm sorry, I screwed up that introduction. I want to get it right. Look, what I want you to know is that in just about a half an hour's time, at 6 o'clock this evening, MarchVivo is continuing its ongoing series of live streams about Wanda Landowska, the lady with the harpsichord. She was a sensation in the first half of the 20th century in Spain, revolutionized harpsichord music in Spain, and some would say keyboard music in general. And Diego Arez, a noted current harpsichordist, will be playing some of the same music that Wanda Landowska played and made popular in Spain. That is, he'll be playing Antoine Francisque Trésor d'Orphée, the Treasure of Orpheus, Henry Purcell's Round in C minor, Wanda Landowska's own piece, Waltz in Mi. Then he'll be playing Rameau's Tambourin from Suite in E minor, François Couperin's Musette de Taverny from the 15th Order of Harpsichord pieces in A minor, and another piece by Couperin. Then some Bach Italian Concerto, BWV 971, some Scarlatti, some Handel, some Mozart. He's just playing through it all, playing on a Pleyel Grand Model, concert model harpsichord, made in about 1950, and also playing a Steinway grand piano. So he's going to move it around. I can commend that to you. I'm sure it'll be a lovely experience. Yeah, if I'm still doing this at 6 o'clock, log off and go watch that. It'll be a great piece. We will give you the link on most of our platforms. We'll give you the link also to the program for the event at MarchVivo's website, so you can learn all about. I have a picture of her that I can show you, so you can learn all about this marvelous Wanda Landowska. There she is. I'm sorry I didn't show it to you earlier. There's Wanda Landowska next to the keyboard, and Diego Arez, who will be playing her music today. Now in about 23 minutes. So you want to get over to that. Now I can relax a little bit. Okay. Thursday, February 17th, St. Mary's Vale continues its high-quality series of recitals with Sebastian Wyss on the violin, Matt Lamb on the piano, playing Geminiani, Mozart, and Brahms. That's right, they'll be playing Geminiani's Violin Sonata in C minor, Opus 4, Mozart's Violin Sonata in E minor, Kershaw 304, and Brahms's Violin Sonata in G, Opus 78. Did I put up their picture? Yeah, I did. Hey, I was good. I didn't screw that up. Anyway, this is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday, European time as usual, 9 in the morning on the East Coast, 6 in the morning on the West Coast. But I know some of you Hollywood people are up that early in the morning and even earlier. Sebastian Wyss is a British violinist who also got his MA at the Liszt Academy in Budapest, which is not a bad idea for a violinist. He did his undergrad and postgraduate studies at the Royal Birmingham Conservatory, multiple prize winner there. And he's been working as a concerto soloist on a regular basis. The pianist Matt Lam is from Hong Kong. Yeah, that's a Chinese name, Matt Lam, Lam. He got his BA and master's with distinction at the Royal Northern College of Music. He's very much a collaborative pianist. He performs regularly with his twin brother Jason as a piano duo. He co-founded the Sunday Duo in collaboration with cellist Jobin Siekman, and they've recorded Piazzolla's Grand Tango at Abbey Road. As of 2022, he's a Northern College of Music Junior Fellow in Accompaniment. So he really is he really is into being an accompanist, and God bless him for that. I once had a terrific accompanist who changed my life as a recitalist. His name was David Treistman, and he's gone on to the whatever comes after life now. But I loved him like a brother, and he was terrific. An accompanist can change a singer's life. David changed mine. He had worked with all the greats. I was astonished he wanted to work with me. Anyway, that's what St. Mary's Perivale has for you on Thursday. Now, later in that day, there's more. Thursday, February 13th, Midtown Concerts is live streaming Abendmusik, which is a New York-based early music specializing group. They'll be doing a concert called War and Peace, Music in the Time of the 30 Years' War. Yes, from 1618 to 1648, music was being composed during that wartime period. Let me get their picture up for you so you have Abendmusik. That's Vita Wallace on the violin, Claire Smith Birmingham on the violin, Dan McCarthy on the tenor viol, and Patricia Ann Neely on the bass viol. And what they're going to do is play music from this period interspersed with eyewitness accounts from this savage war, which was extremely bloody when it came to the havoc which was wreaked on civilians. The idea that there was this code of chivalry and civilians weren't harmed, don't believe it. Anyway, Abendmusik is, they call themselves the New York's early music string band. And they work exclusively with 16th and 17th century music composed for the string consort. They got the term Abendmusik from a free concert series that took place in churches in Lubeck in the 17th century. Excuse me. Anyway, so this is what they specialize in. It's free admission. The Gotham Early Music Society, which sponsors these concerts, God bless them, they do a terrific job. It's always high quality. If you're into early music, this is a concert you don't want to miss. We then move on to Friday, where we also have more than one concert offering for you as well. Let's see, what do we have in store for them for Friday, Johnny? Well, I think we start out with this. Yes, that's a picture of Stephen Honigberg. Dumbarton Concerts is live streaming Steve Honigberg playing tango music on Friday, February 14th, Valentine's Day. A decadent program of tango music for strings and piano on Valentine's Day. Wait, let me redo that announcement because I have to cut this out as a separate clip. Forgive me if you're watching this and you have to hear it a second time if you're watching this live. Dumbarton Concerts brings in the top cellist Steve Honigberg to play a decadent program of tango music for strings and piano on Valentine's Day, Friday, February 14th. That'll be at 7:30 in the evening, Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast, 1:30 in the morning. In Europe, might be worth staying up for, 11:30 in the morning, Saturday morning, down under in Australia. Stephen Honigberg is the cat's meow when it comes to being one of the top cellists in the world. He's a favorite on the Dumbarton stage. This will not be free of charge. There's a $14 charge, which is about 13 euros charge for enjoying this concert. But if it's Steve Honigberg, it's going to be high quality. He's a real showman. Now, that's not all. While you're spending money for a little bit less, my friends, there's something else you can have. Hold on a moment. Let me see if I can find it for you. And yes, I can. Never say you can't, because you never know when you can. This next one is a real treat. It'll be coming up just a half an hour later in the sequence of concerts on Friday night. And yes, that is the superb Daniil Trifonov. Friday, February 14th, the Stage Plus live stream brings you Daniil Trifonov in Barcelona, playing Tchaikovsky, Barber, and Chopin for a Valentine's Day special. He'll be on the beautiful stage of the Palau de la Música Catalana in Barcelona. He'll be playing Tchaikovsky and Chopin and other things. He'll be playing Samuel Barber's Piano Sonata. He'll be playing Tchaikovsky's Piano Sonata in C-sharp minor, and also an arrangement of The Sleeping Beauty for solo piano arranged by Mikhail Pletnev, and a selection of what are called beguiling waltzes by Chopin. It doesn't get better than Daniil Trifonov as a pianist. So if you want some really good piano music for your Valentine's night to charm your date, that one you can do. That will cost you €9.90 for a 1 week ticket to Stage Plus, or about $11 US. But it's costing you less than the cello concert at roughly the same time. So make up your mind. Okay, we then move on to Saturday, and where we have another. This is a week of real top specialists that we're seeing again and again. Whether it's Trifonov, whether it's Stephen Honigberg, whether it's Diego Ares, etc. Just really top people playing this week. And this next one, well, it's going to be a little early in the day for those of you in the United States, but it'll be very watchable for those of you who are in Europe. Saturday, February 15th at noon in Europe, MarchVivo brings you the superb violinist Rachel Podger in their continuing series about fantasy music and improvisation. This will be at noon European time, 6 in the morning on the East Coast, 3 in the morning late Friday night on the West Coast, 10 o'clock in the evening Saturday night, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. This will be a selection of Baroque fantasias and suites for solo violin. And I think it will be the last in this series that they have called Fantasy. And this will involve sometimes translating polyphonic music to the violin. The violinist, Rachel Podger, did I put her picture up for you? I hope. Yes, I did. I'm so glad. I'm being good today. Rachel Podger was the first woman in 2015 to be awarded the Bach Prize from the Royal Academy of Music and the Cohn Foundation. She was the 2018 Gramophone Artist of the Year. She's the founder and artistic director of the Brecon Baroque Festival and the head of the Brecon Baroque Ensemble. She's guest senior director of Tafelmusik for the 2024-25 and 25-26 seasons. And she holds positions at the Royal Academy of Music, the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama, and the Juilliard School in New York. She's the cat's meow. What can you say? So what is she going to be playing? This is really an early music concert. I don't know some of these people. She'll be playing Johann Joseph Wilsmeyer's Artificiosus Concentus Pro Camera for solo violin. Nicola Matteus's Fantasy No. 1 in C minor, con discussione, 2 fantasies for solo violin. Pedro Lopez Noguera's some selections from a Noguera manuscript, that's all it's called. Other pieces from a Klagenfurt manuscript, Chad Kelly, 1988, Fantasia for solo violin, and Johann Paul von Westhoff's Suite for solo violin No. 2 in A major, and finish off with Bach's Toccata and Fugue in D minor. BWV 565, arranged by Chad Kelly. If you're an early music person or a lover of the violin and chamber music, I don't know how you're going to do any better than this concert by Rachel Podger. If you want to know what she plays, her instrument is a violin made in Genoa in 1739 by Pesarinius, who's a disciple of Antonio Stradivari. So there you have a Saturday noontime concert here in Europe to enjoy. Now, we have a few more concerts that I want to tell you about, but let me go forward to that. No, I haven't gotten to Sunday yet. And we have to do Sunday. So yeah, let's do Sunday. Okay. Sunday, February 16th at noon European time, MarchVivo brings in its young performers cycle, Ismael Gil, the pianist, playing Solaire, Debussy, and Chopin. That'll be at noon in Europe, 6 in the morning on the East Coast, 3 in the morning, late Saturday night on the West Coast, 10 o'clock in the evening, Australian Eastern Daylight Time. He'll be playing Solaire's Sonata in D flat major and 2 sonatas in D flat major. He'll be playing Debussy's Images Book 1, Preludes, selections from Book 1. He'll play Chopin's Barcarolle in F sharp major. He'll play Benet Casablanca's 3 haikus for piano, and Isaac Albéniz's Evocation and Malaga. These are from the notebooks of Isaac Albéniz. So that's what he is. He's a young guy, and I guess he's fully flaunting his pride in this concert. Do I have a photo of him that I can show you briefly? Sure. I can give you a photo of this young guy, Ismael Gil, looking very innocent. Doesn't he, though? Let not young souls be smothered out before they do faint deeds and fully flaunt their pride. This concert is then followed up, I believe, by yet another St. Mary's Perivale concert. Yes. Sunday, February 16th at 4 in the afternoon European time, St. Mary's Perivale live streams string quartets by Russians, Stravinsky, Rachmaninoff, and one you may not know so well, Medtner. That'll be, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon European time, 10 in the morning on the East Coast, 7 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast. St. Mary's Perivale is always a quality offering. They'll be playing Rachmaninoff's trio, Elegiac Trio No. 1 in G minor, only the first, it says single movement. I don't know the piece. Stravinsky's 3 pieces for string quartet, and Medtner's piano quintet, Opus Posthumus is what it's called. So there's what that is. It's Alexandra Lomako on the violin from New Zealand, a product of the Purcell School of Music, who made her debut at Wigmore Hall over a decade ago. Anna Zeman, a violinist from Russia, who got her BA and MA at the Royal College of Music, and she's become a fellow with South Bank Sinfonia. Now then George White on the viola, who grew up in the southwest of England, I gather that means, graduate of the Royal Academy of Music, also an alumnus of South Bank Sinfonia. Ricardo Tauber on the cello, 2017 graduate from the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama, and Elena Toponagova on the piano, she got her Master of Performance degree from the Royal College of Music in 2017. If you're looking for a good concert, it's always quality from St. Mary's Perivale. Now we move on to the next concert, and this is one that you really want to possibly check out if you can. Yeah, this is one you really want to try to check out if you can. This Sunday, February 16th at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, the Phillips Collection invites you to enjoy a live stream by James Austin Smith on the oboe and the PostClassical Ensemble of New York. Wow. Look, ordinarily the Phillips Collection live streams are not available to the general public. This one is exceptionally. Ordinarily, you have to be a donor at the $500 level or more. So you might want to check this one out just because it's quality. All the in-person tickets are sold out for their whole season. I mean, that's how good the Phillips Collection is. So this is high quality stuff. This is James Austin Smith on the oboe and this group called PostClassical from New York. James Austin Smith, his performances have been described by the New York Times as virtuosic, dazzling, and brilliant. That just about says it, okay? He regularly performs with the Chamber Music Society of Lincoln Center in New York and at festivals around the U.S. and in Europe and everywhere. The PostClassical Ensemble is the District of Columbia's premier chamber orchestra. The Phillips Collection is in D.C. It's conducted by the man who founded it, Angel Gil Ordonez, and it's in 2003, so they've been around for a couple decades, and they focus on what they call humanities-infused programming, exploring music in its cultural and historical context, not just playing it. And they do concerts where they're also integrating in other art like theater, dance, film, visual arts, as well as other kinds of music, folk and popular music instruments. So this will be a quality concert. Both the soloist and the group are fine musicians. I can tell you exactly what they're playing. They're going to start with Albinoni's Oboe Concerto in D minor, Opus 9, number 2. Krzysztof Penderecki's Capriccio for oboe and 11 strings. Then the PostClassical Ensemble will do a lyric for strings composed by George Walker. And then James Austin Smith will do a piece called L'Onde della Non Vostra for solo oboe by Suzanne Farren, and she's a Guggenheim fellow and a Rome Prize winner. Then they'll do Florence Price's Adoration, which is getting played fairly often these days with symphony orchestras. Luciano Berrios Chemin 4 for oboe and 11 strings. Again, 11 strings is the lucky number. Chemin 4 means 4 pathways. And finish up with Kevin Putz's Oboe Concerto number 1. He's a Grammy Award-winning composer. Look, it's a top oboist. It's a top chamber music ensemble. It's a top list of interesting pieces of music to hear. Check it out. Well, There are just a few more concerts that I want to tell you about. That concludes sort of our hardcore offerings for this week, but we sometimes go to 30 minutes. I'm at 24 minutes now, so I think I'll fill you in on a couple of these others. Two of them are social issues, interest, and two of them are what I call now music. So on this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you have a chance to hear two concerts which are devoted to African American music. Let me see if I can find it for you. Okay, I thought I'd group them together, but apparently I hadn't. All right, the first is by the Ladies Musical Club. It's for Black History Month. And every Saturday morning, they put on a brief concert of music by African-American composers. It's the Saturday morning songs for Black History Month that's ongoing. It's virtual concerts by members of the Ladies Musical Club of Seattle. And they'll be playing Valerie Coleman's Danza de la Mariposa and Oscar Peterson's The Gentle Waltz. This Saturday, February 15th, 10 in the morning Pacific time, 1 o'clock on the East Coast, 7 o'clock in Europe, if you're interested in a Black History Month concert. Now, after that, there will be another concert on Sunday, also related to African American music. It's Music at St. David's, a concert in honor of Frederick Douglass. That's Sunday, February 16th, 4:30 p.m. on the East Coast, 1:30 on the West Coast, 10:30 in the evening in Europe. It's tenor Darius Sanders and pianist Alex Navarrete doing a concert in honor of Frederick Douglass. Darius Sanders is an African-American singer from Chicago, Illinois, and Alex Navarrete is a 21-year-old pianist, teacher, and composer based in Baltimore, Maryland. Music at St. David's comes to you from Baltimore, Maryland. Then in addition to that, there are two concerts this weekend involving, how do I put this? Now music. Yeah, there's Constellation Chicago. Constellation Chicago, Saturday, February 15th, 8:30 p.m. live streams Homeroom Presents Physics in Motion. This is a Homeroom Presents is very now music. It's new music and video performed by a live ensemble, and it involves there'll be a cornet, saxophone, flute, woodwinds, electronics, cello, piano, synthesizer, double bass, drums, and percussion. You get the idea. It's new music by people like Ismael Ali, Emily Beisel, Paul Gialorenzo. I don't know any of these people. You may or you may not, but it's all about bringing together now compositions with now artists. If you're into absolutely now music, this can be of interest to you. If you're not, well, then you don't want to bother with it. In addition to that, Composers Concordance will be doing a live stream on Sunday night. Let me find that for you. My notes are a mess on this. Yes. No, it's also on Saturday night. It's Composers Concordance. Saturday, February 15th at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Composers Concordance is live streaming a concert called Octogenarians. These are, the musicians are John Clark and David Taylor. And to celebrate how old they've become as octogenarians, they're doing a concert of new music. We haven't been told what the music is. It's free and charge on the Facebook page of Composers Concordance. Folks, that is all that I have for you this week. I think it's been plenty. I hope that one or more or any of these live streams that are going on are of interest to you. Right now at 6 o'clock, I want to remind you, MarchVivo is live streaming on YouTube the first concert that we told you about today, which is Diego Arez, the harpsichord expert, playing music which was played by Wanda Landowska, this terrific composer and harpsichord player who revolutionized harpsichord music in Spain in the first half of the 20th century. So you can run right over to do this, hang up on this, and go see that MarchVivo thing. It's free of charge on YouTube. This will be posted. This live stream will be posted for replay with a list of all of the shows I've told you about and the live links to get to them. Now, for some reason, I'm never able to tell if anybody is ever chatting with us or making. Well, there it is. Claudia Ochoa Cruz is on, and she said, "Virtual hug, John. Have a nice afternoon." Well, how sweet of you. But I think that was a while ago, or is it now? I think it was about 15 minutes ago. I've gone over time. I've gone for a half an hour, but forgive me for that. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Remember, if you're watching on Facebook, click the like button on the video and we'll send you an invitation to follow us. Then you just have to click on that and you'll be following us instead of having to figure out how to follow us. If you're watching this on YouTube, please click the subscribe button. And if you're seeing this on any of our 4 other platforms, please don't just like the video, like us, follow us or subscribe to us on X, TikTok, Instagram, and or Threads, or all of them. In return, I promise you, we are in the process of giving you more than 1,000 live links to live performances online in 2025. We did 82 in the month of January. If we do 83 per month, that'll be 1,000 for the year. And we're going to do way more than 82 or 83 this month. So I think we're probably already up to about 70 this week. Ciao for now. Enjoy these live streams. And I'll probably be back at the end of